All right. Hey, everybody. Liz Edwards here. So today we are talking all about grocery shopping. And it seems pretty brainless. It seems pretty simple and easy. And it is. But if you are trying to stay within a particular new budget that you've set for yourself, or you're trying to really incorporate more of a healthier lifestyle, which I think all of us are, or we wouldn't be in this group, right? Then grocery shopping kind of takes on a whole different meaning. So today I'm going to give you some tried and true tips and practices that I do that have proven successful with my family, my budget, my healthy lifestyle. So here we go. So you have a budget, you have your meal plan and your menu planned out based on the ingredients that you already have at home. If you don't, go back and watch the last video that I did. Watch Kim's video that she did, and you'll hear some amazing tips to help you with that. But you already have that out. You have it all written down: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Okay, now you're making a grocery list. You've made your list based on your menu plan. Notice I didn't say based on what your kids are telling you that they want, or based on whatever, like your schedule, your menu for the week. And I suggest going a week at a time because things always happen and you're going to end up with food left over for next week that you didn't even realize. And so if you're shopping for 2 weeks and you buy produce for 2 weeks, guess what? It's going to spoil and you're going to be wasting money. So now let's get into it. You've got your list in hand. You are ready. Like you're heading out onto the mission field, right? You're ready to go. Here we go. We're going to battle. All right. So here's tip number 1. Try to go shopping alone. I know. That's not easy. Like, you're like, yeah, right, Liz. Like, I've got 4 kids. Like, I work 2 jobs. Like, the only time I can go is, on the weekends, and I don't have anybody to watch them. That's okay. If you don't, I totally get it. That just means you have to be more mentally prepared going into it. And the rest of these tips are definitely going to help you do that. But if you do have the luxury of going shopping alone, especially the first couple times generating with this new system of healthier lifestyle and budgeting and all that, then definitely take advantage of it. Have a spouse watch them, a friend, family member, whatever it is, because you guys know that if you, or even like, don't even go shopping with your spouse, because my husband, like, he gives me the budget, but then he's the one that like tries to put everything in my cart. Does anybody else's husband do that? Because mine does. And I'm like, listen, honey, you gave me this budget. That's not on the menu, first of all. And second of all, that's not within this budget. So try to go shopping by yourself. You're going to stay more focused, because when you go shopping with other people, you're just way more distracted. So try to go shopping alone. Second tip, eat something before you go. Do not go shopping on an empty stomach. Y'all know this. Like, if you're hungry, if you go right after work and you haven't eaten dinner yet and you haven't had a snack, like, you better believe those Little Debbies are going to be hitting my cart. Little Debbies and the Girl Scouts that stand outside of the grocery store. Like, I'm a complete sucker for it. So make sure you eat something before you go grocery shopping. You're going to save money and you're going to save like inches adding onto your waistline, if you know what I mean, right? Okay. So we have that. So try to go shopping alone, and also make sure that you eat something before you go. Okay, here's the other thing. And I get it, we're all busy. Like, maybe you need to buy something other than groceries. Maybe you need to buy household items, cleaning items, paper towels, toilet paper, whatever. I get that. What I'm going to encourage you to do is try to make 2 separate transactions when you hit the checkout line. And I already know what you're thinking. You're like, I don't know what to do that. What about the people behind me? Like, I go shopping at the busiest time of the day because that's the only time I can go. And, these people are going to behind me. They're just going to be so irritated with me, whatever. Guess what? Who cares, right? Who cares? Obviously being respectful, but it's going to help you with your budget. If that is something that you struggle with and you really want to focus on, then you need to make 2 separate transactions. Go through the self-checkout line if you need to, and take cash if at all possible. Again, if budget is something that you're struggling with. And again, the rule applies. Like, if you have, for easy math's sake, if you have $400 budgeted for this month, that gives you $100 a week for groceries. If this week you spend $150, next week you only get $50 for groceries. So you got to kind of budget wisely, plan it wisely. same thing applies. If you only spend $75 this week on your groceries, then you can roll that extra 25 into next week. So next week you have $125 to spend. Does that mean you have to spend all of it? No, but we don't want to exceed the amount that we've allotted for ourselves. The only time that it makes sense to go over your weekly budget, the only time it really makes sense to go over that $100, theoretically, if that's your budget, $100 this week, is if one of your staple items is on sale. So if for some reason you don't have like black beans or like canned beans or canned tomatoes, if that's a staple in your house, and based on your meal plan that you have enough in your pantry already at home for that week, but you get to the store and you see that they're on sale for, $1 a can, then that's when I'm going to stock up on those, right? So that might put me over my weekly budget, but I know that they're on sale. It's a good deal. Same with meat, same with produce. And don't forget about the frozen veggies, right? If you have not made out your meal plan, if you're like, I don't even know what you're talking about, make sure you check back in the last video that I posted and scroll down and see the video that Kim did when it comes to meal and menu planning. It's going to help you a whole lot more whenever it's time to go grocery shopping. But that's the only time that it makes sense to go over your budget for the week. But again, if you go over it, that means next week you might just be eating like beans and tomatoes, right? If you go over way too much. So think about that as you're shopping. The other thing is, I never do a one-stop shop. And I know that's inconvenient, but it saves me money. It saves me so much money. So when you're putting stuff in your cart, especially the first few times until you really get a feel for it, put it down, whether it's in an app. Check out Red Laser app. That is one that's really good. It kind of helps you. You can scan the barcode and it will compare prices of that item. And I think it'll give you some nutritional information as well. And then also, I think the other one was, let me look it up, Grocery IQ. And it stores it up. It also, as you're putting it into that app, it will tally up how much you're spending, how much is in your cart. It's going to tally it up for you right then and there. But the reason I want you to even just make a note in your phone of like, milk is this much at this store, because maybe the next time you go to a different store, check and look and see how much their milk is. Compare it with the note in your phone, because if it's cheaper at one or the other stores, you're going to know, okay, this is how much it is at this store and this is compared to this one. So next time I need milk, I'm going to go to that other store. That goes with all products, whether it's groceries or household items. Always, always, always keep a kind of a list in your phone of like your staple items that you need on like a month-to-month basis. But that's going to help you stay on track with your budget and with your health goals in general, because like if you're spending over your budget, then everything's out of whack, and then you just get frustrated and then you give up on everything. And we don't want to do that, right? Some stores that are my absolute favorite is Aldi's. If you have an Aldi's near you, definitely take advantage of it, because they already have so much organic produce available, but they're even transitioning more into whole organic foods at a lower cost. Think Whole Foods, lower prices. Like you can't beat that. So some of my items I get from Aldi's. I'll get my produce from there. I'll get some frozen things, frozen vegetables, maybe some spices, things like that I need, oatmeal, things like that I'll get at Aldi's. At other stores like Kroger, or maybe you have an Ingles or something like that, that's where I'll get some other stuff, whether bread. I also shop at Costco because I can buy stuff in bulk. And so it's more expensive up front, but it lasts me a long time. And I've learned how to budget that out within my monthly grocery budget. So definitely, if you can, I know it's kind of annoying, but shop at multiple stores until you get a good feel for how much things cost at each place. All right, so I know this last tip, it seems crazy, like stupid simple, but it's one that I think we simplify it so much that we forget about it. You have a list for a reason. Stick to it. That doesn't mean like you're walking through the store and you're like, oh, that looks really good. I should get that and I'll freeze it and I'll, have it next week. If it's on sale, sure. But so many times, like for instance, I was walking through Costco the other day and I thought, oh man, yeah, that's really good. Like my boys would really like that for a snack. I think it was like pretzels or it was some kind of like popcorn thing. And I had to stop myself. I'm like, no, that's not on my list. I'm sticking to my list. So it's still something I even struggle with. Stick to your list, and I promise you, you'll be so glad that you did because your budget is going to thank you for it, and your bank account, but also your goals that you have for yourself. When it comes to living a healthier lifestyle, transitioning from eating healthy some of the times to eating healthy the majority of the time, if you don't bring the junk food into your house, guess what? It's not there for you to eat it. Okay? So stick to the plan, stick to your grocery list. I wish that I could literally come and visit every single one of you and we could go shopping together. And I can just be that conscience that you have of saying, nope, don't get that. That's not on your list. Or, hey, like, let's check this out. Like, this produce is better than that. If you have questions about that, y'all, I would love to. We can even FaceTime while you're grocery shopping. I would be more than happy to do that. I will FaceTime you. I will call you on the phone to help you stick to the plan. If you need that accountability, I am here to do that. And I'm being serious. Like, don't be afraid to send me a message or an email and say, Liz, I need that. I need that. So comment below. I would love to hear some of your takeaways of grocery shopping, maybe some tricks that you even have to help yourself stay on track with your budget and with your menu while you're shopping. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day. And tomorrow and Friday, Kim and I are going to be sharing our tips and tricks for meal prepping. That's just to cap off the week. And again, you have an opportunity to transition over with us next week, starting a 3-week course where we are going to be holding each other accountable with our nutrition, and we're going to start incorporating some workouts and fitness into it as well. So if you're curious about that, shoot me a message or shoot Kim a message, and we'll be happy to give you some information. But again, I hope you guys are having a good day. And I want to see if you've got some menus ready for this week and even next week, go ahead and start posting those. But definitely by Friday, we're all going to be posting our menu for next week. So start thinking about that, and I'll talk to you guys soon.